Every year at Christmas time, I have a little bit of a personal tradition, and that is that after Christmas lunch is over, I go fishing. And that's where I am now. It's Christmas Day in the afternoon, and here I am down in the Lower Ovens River to do some bait fishing. Hey, you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! Last year I came fishing on Christmas Day, just a few bends upstream from here, and I didn't do too well. But over the years, my biggest ever Murray cod of 98 centimetres was caught on Christmas Day in 2008, and my biggest trout of 68 centimetres was caught on Christmas Day in 2010. Christmas Day's been very kind to me in the past. Last year it wasn't so kind, I didn't do too well. Who knows? Today I might hit the jackpot. It's Christmas Day in the afternoon, but this time I've got company, which I don't usually have on Christmas Day. My wife Loretta's here with me, and she's just over there taking some bird photos. Now, this is the Lower Ovens River. It's much higher than last year. In fact, it's much higher than what it usually is at this time for any given year. There's a bit of a clay ledge under the water. Glenn and Tom, if you happen to be watching, this is where we fished last year, and the water's about 2 foot higher than what it was then. I planned on sitting down there to fish, but I can't, so I'm up here on the high bank, and there's still quite a bit of current coming through. Lots of water, should be more oxygen, should be good fishing. That's the plan. Let's get the lines in. Supersize me. Well, supersize my sinker at least. I've got a couple of larger than usual sinkers on to try and combat the current a little bit. I've got one of my Matt Furling Signature Series size 2 on this rod with a paternoster rig, a small hook, and 2 Jan Juck worms. And that can just go out there. This is the spot where I had a fishing rod pulled in really early in the morning about 12 months ago. Except I was fishing down there. Rod number 2, same rig, paternoster rig, a size 3 Matt Furling Signature Series sinker with a larger hook, 2 bits of tasty cheese, and that can just go out there. Now the current time is 5 o'clock. Just gone 5 o'clock now. The lines have only been in about 5 minutes. So I'll get around about 3.5 hours of R&R. 3.5 hours of Christmas afternoon rest and relaxation to see if I can catch a fish or two. I'm just having a bit of a practice run here to see if I can get the net down to the water level, and I can. So that's good. That'll help me wet my hand, and I also know that I can get down to net any fish. Just had a really big bite on me cheese. That's an encouraging sign. Here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Got him! Yes, on the cheese. I've had a couple of nibbles on the cheese. It's not a monster. What have I got? A little trouty or a little Murray cod? It's a lovely little Murray cod. Not that bad a size, actually. I had a couple of bites on the cheese and I missed it, and I thought I won't check the bait. I'll just leave it in there for a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes, and see how it goes. Right, now there's my cod. I leave him down there. So if I've got a tape measure, I want to measure him. But I've got to do this all very quickly because it's quite a warm day and I don't want to leave it out of the water for too long. My guess, just looking at it, is going to be around 47 centimetres. 47 centimetres. Right, the net's wet. No, it won't even be that long actually, now that I've got him up a bit higher. 45. I'm going. I'll get the hook out first. I'll keep him on the wet net. "45 centimetres is my guess. He is 46.5. 46.5 centimetres. Let's get him straight back in. 46.5. See you later, mate. Speared him back in. He'll already be down there where the water's cool and dark, and he'll already be getting over it. He'll already be getting over his ordeal. Awesome. Well, folks, would you look at that? It is 5:13. It was 5:11 when I threw that fish back in, so I caught it at 5:10. It took me pretty much exactly 10 minutes on the dot using a hook about that size, which is probably smaller than I would usually use for Murray cod. Why I've chosen a hook that size, I'm not actually sure. But anyway, I just had 2 cubes of tasty cheese rigged up just like that. This is just Coles tasty cheese rigged just like that, ready to go. Now let's get this line back in. I'll put my cheese back in the esky with the ice. If you leave it out, let it get too warm, it gets too soft, and then when you go to put it on the hook, it rips. So I like to leave it in the esky with my ice bricks. And that was just out there. Well, that's where I cast it. It appeared to be down here further. I think the current might have washed it back in closer to the bank a little bit. But anyhow, getting a nibble on the worm there. That looked a little bit fishy, that one. That was a bite. That wasn't a bad. He's still there. He's nibbling, he's nibbling. Something's nibbling, and got him. Very small. I've got a small fish on my worm, and it's a yellow belly. No, it's a little Murray cod. It's a little muzzer on the worms. You know what? I'm just going to lift this one over there, drop it down in the water. Get a bit of water happening here. Right. He's got that a bit deep. Murray cod aren't notorious for that. They're good at lip hooking, but he's a little bit, I reckon I might be able to get that hook out. He hasn't swallowed it completely. There we go. Lovely little Murray cod. See you later, mate. Probably not even 20 centimetres long on the Jan Juck worms. Current time, 5:25 p.m. My last 2 trips down to this area, one when I was making the shrimp catch and cook, I'm on a fishing trip with my wife Loretta the week before, a total of nearly 7 hours fishing for one little trout cod. Today I've been in not even half an hour and I've caught 2 Murray cod. Today's looking good. Merry Christmas. I've got one on the cheese and one on the Jan Juck. Christmas 2021 is bringing me luck. Right, I'll put my worms back in. A little bit of a tangle going on here, hang on. I'll just fix this. Now, I've got to tell you something. What's the best sort of musical instrument in the world? A broken drum is pretty hard to beat. I got that out of a Christmas bonbon about 4 hours ago. Got him on the cheese. Another, not as big this one. Oh, it's going to be a bit of size. How are we going? No, not as big. Getting a nibble on both rods at the same time. I've come up to go over towards the worms and straight away the cheese rod's gone down. Gee whiz, that's cod number 3 and it's only 5:30. 3:35, it's 5:35. So that's 3. I'll just lift him straight up, he's not a very big fish. That's 3 in the first half an hour or so. Alright. I'll just guess this one. I'm guessing he's around the 30 to 33 centimetre size. It'd be a fair guess, I reckon. I'll unhook him and get him straight back. Now you'll notice today I'm using my Simon Humphrey rod holder. In the past, quite a lot of people have asked where they can buy one of these rod holders. And the answer has always been, well, you can't, because this was made for me by a guy named Simon Humphrey and sent to my mail time segment. But because a lot of people have inquired about it, Simon is now making these to sell, these very same rod holders. You can find them on Instagram as U-Butte rod holders, U-Butte fishing rod holders. And he does have an email address where you can contact him. I think it's ubuttefishinrodholders@gmail.com. I'll put it on the screen now anyway to make sure I get it right. So it's on he's on Instagram as ubuttefishinrodholders, and he's on you can get him on the email at ubuttefishinrodholders@gmail.com. I've missed the hookup, folks, but I've got a what feels like a half decent fish here on the cheese. Oh, lovely fish. Lovely fish. I missed the hookup, sorry. I've been getting lots of little nibbles that haven't hooked up. and he's actually hooked under the mouth. I've been getting lots of nibbles that haven't been hooking up, and I was sitting right on top of my fishing rod. He's in he or she, whatever it is in very, very good shape. Can you please pass me that tape measure off the ground there? Not as big as I first thought, because of the he's actually hooked under the mouth. Right, the hook is out. I'll give you a bit of a look at him, whatever it is. I'm estimating around about the other one was 46, I reckon about 48 centimetres. Okay. Now I've got horizon levelling turned on my GoPro at the moment, so it's going to be a bit skew-if. 50 on the dot. No, 49. 49 centimetres on the dot. Okay. I'll turn the horizon levelling off and give you a good look at it. There it is. Lovely 50 centimetre or 49 centimetre Murray cod. Very, very fat. I'll get it straight back in. Gone. This is why I missed the hookup. There's my chair up here, and I was sitting down here on my esky. I'm getting the bottom of my worms right now as I'm talking to you. Got him. Whoa. Haven't even got my GoPro on my head. My other rod's wrapped around my foot, and I've got a fish on. It's another Murray cod. I'm going to put my GoPro on my head. Right. There's my other rod. I'm wrapped around my foot. I'm in a hell of a mess. I've got a bit of an entanglement situation happening. Look at that, 2 in about 2 minutes. I caught 3 cod in the first half an hour of being here. 2 on cheese, 1 on a janjuck worm. Then for the last 2.5 hours I've had a few nibbles here and there and nothing. Now all of a sudden 2 more in about 5 minutes. This one on the janjuck worms. This one's not as big as the other one. This one's probably around the I'll have a good look in a sec. I'll put my hand on the net. Probably around the 38, 39 centimetre mark. Bloody ripper. Right, now it's all happening. Now I'll just tell you what I was going to tell you before. I've been sitting in my chair here and I've been missing lots of bites. So I've put my little white esky in front of my rods and I was sitting right on top of the rod when that cod hit the cheese rod, and that's why I missed the hookup. But the second one I got the hookup because I was in the middle of telling you that story. The sun is just setting. Now I know my releases don't look great, just throwing them in from up here, spearing them, and I'm trying to get them in head first, but a couple of them have done belly whackers. Believe me, if I could swim them away nicely, I would. But there's a 4-foot drop to the water, and then there's 8 feet of water down there. And if I go over here, where I can get down, it's really, really muddy, and I might not be able to get back up, and then it's very deep. If I could swim them away nicely, I would, but they're fish. As much as I love them, I'm not risking my life for them. So the plan is just to spear them back in, and they'll be just fine. A couple of them haven't gone in as head first as I would have liked, but they're going to be fine. And if it makes you feel any better, in America they stock some of their lakes with fish by aeroplane. Aerial dropping. They fly over and go brrr, and they just drop the fish like a fire bomber drops water on a fire. They drop fish into the lake. They're pretty resilient. How good was that? 5 straight Murray cod.
No trout cod, no yellow belly.
I've just hooked up. I missed the hookup again. I was getting a couple of little nibbles. He's only a small fish. I won't need the net to land him, but I will need the net to wet me hand. Right. I just filmed a closing scene and said, there you go, folks. 5 straight Murray cod. Make that 6. Make that 6 straight Murray cod. I'll have to, I'll unhook him. He's only hooked in the mouth. Come on, mate. He should just pop out. Ow, he should just pop out of there. Cod number 6, he's got his gills flared. See you later, mate. Oh, that was better. Head first, straight down. You beauty. As my dad would say, I better reopen my closing scene. I just filmed my closing scene, then caught another fish. But how's that? 6 straight Murray cod. No carp, no yellow belly, no trout cod, no Macquarie perch, nothing. Just 6 straight Murray cod. 4 on the tasty cheese, 2 on the Jan Juck worms. Merry Christmas from the fishing gods to me, and Merry Christmas from me to you.